Do you think you know Oprah Winfrey? Think again. From surviving unimaginable hardships to becoming one of the most influential women in the world, Oprah's journey is far from ordinary. In this story, we'll uncover the untold struggles, triumphs, and surprising facts that shaped the media queen into the icon she is today.
Don't forget to subscribe to Storygram for more unforgettable stories that touch your heart.
Stay tuned. You're about to discover a side of Oprah you've never seen before. Oprah Gail Winfrey was born on January 29, 1954, in the small town of Kosciuszko, Mississippi. Her childhood was marked by extreme poverty, and she lived with her grandmother, Hattie Mae, in a small rural home without running water or electricity. Her grandmother played a significant role in Oprah's early education, teaching her how to read by the age of 3. As a young child, Oprah would read Bible verses at her local church, and her oratory skills quickly impressed those around her. Despite the nurturing environment provided by her grandmother, Oprah's early life was not easy. She often wore dresses made from potato sacks due to financial hardship, a fact that subjected her to ridicule from other children. However, these challenges also shaped her resilience and inner strength. When Oprah was 6, she moved to Milwaukee, Wisconsin, to live with her mother, Vernita Lee. Vernita worked long hours as a maid, leaving Oprah with little supervision. As her mother struggled to provide financial stability, Oprah often felt lonely and neglected. During this time, she experienced significant trauma, including instances of abuse from family members and friends of the family, events that would later shape her advocacy for survivors of abuse. Despite these difficulties, Oprah found refuge in her education. She was a bright student who excelled in school and quickly became known for her love of books and learning. Teachers often praised her for her intellect and her natural ability to speak in front of crowds. In her free time, she would recite speeches and practice storytelling, skills that would later define her career. At the age of 12, Oprah moved to Nashville, Tennessee, to live with her father, Vernon Winfrey. Unlike her mother's unstable home environment, Vernon provided a structured and disciplined upbringing. He valued education and instilled in Oprah the importance of hard work and academic achievement. Vernon also encouraged her to participate in public speaking contests, a decision that would become a pivotal moment in her life. During her teenage years, Oprah's life began to stabilize. Under her father's guidance, she attended East Nashville High School, where she continued to excel academically. She won numerous oratory competitions and even secured a full scholarship to Tennessee State University after winning a speech contest. Oprah had found her voice, and it was clear to those around her that she was destined for greatness. Her first major break came when she was just 16 years old. While still in high school, she was offered a part-time job as a newsreader at WVOL, a local radio station in Nashville. This opportunity allowed her to hone her broadcasting skills and gave her the confidence to pursue a career in media. With her early success at the local radio station, Oprah began to realize that storytelling and media were her true passions. After graduating from high school, she attended Tennessee State University, majoring in communications. Her time at the university was critical in refining her public speaking abilities and understanding the fundamentals of media production. However, it wasn't long before the professional world beckoned her. In 1971, while still a student, Oprah was offered a position as a part-time news anchor at WVOL, the same station where she had worked during high school. By the age of 19, Oprah's talents were undeniable, and she became the first black female news anchor at WLAC-TV, now WTVF, in Nashville, making history in a field traditionally dominated by white men. However, despite her rapid rise, Oprah quickly realized that news reporting didn't suit her personality. Her emotional connection to stories often clashed with the objectivity expected of a news anchor, and she found it difficult to remain detached while covering tragic events. Oprah's transition to television continued when she moved to Baltimore, Maryland, in 1976 to co-anchor the local evening news for WJZ-TV. Her charisma and warmth were undeniable, but the management soon noticed that she struggled with the traditional demands of a news anchor role. They reassigned her to co-host a local talk show called People Are Talking, a decision that would set her on a path toward stardom. Initially, the change seemed like a demotion, but Oprah quickly realized that the talk show format suited her personality perfectly. She thrived in this environment, where she could interact with guests, share her empathy, and connect with audiences. People Are Talking became a local success, and Oprah's ability to navigate difficult conversations, whether humorous or emotional, gained her a loyal following. Her genuine curiosity and emotional intelligence made her a standout in an era when most talk shows followed a rigid, impersonal format. In 1983, Oprah's big break arrived when she was offered a job hosting AM Chicago on WLS-TV in Chicago, Illinois. The show was struggling in the ratings, and the network was desperate for a change. Oprah's arrival brought an immediate turnaround. Her approach was different. She treated her guests with genuine respect and showed an unmatched ability to connect with her audience. Within months, AM Chicago soared to the top of the local ratings, surpassing its main competitor, The Phil Donahue Show, which had long dominated daytime television. Recognizing the show's success, the producers rebranded it as The Oprah Winfrey Show in 1986, and it was nationally syndicated. Oprah's rise to fame was meteoric, and her show quickly became a cultural phenomenon. She redefined daytime television by addressing taboo topics and giving a platform to voices that were often marginalized. Audiences gravitated toward her authenticity and vulnerability. Whether she was discussing issues of mental health, abuse, racism, or personal growth, Oprah made people feel seen and heard. By the late 1980s, The Oprah Winfrey Show was not just a talk show, it was a movement. Millions of viewers tuned in daily, captivated by Oprah's empathy, her candid discussions about her own struggles, and her willingness to explore controversial subjects. Oprah's ability to connect with guests on a deeply emotional level was unmatched, and she often shared her own personal experiences as a way of helping others heal. The show's success solidified Oprah as a household name, and her influence extended far beyond television. She became a beacon of hope and empowerment for women, particularly women of color, who saw her as a symbol of resilience and triumph over adversity. Her rise from poverty to fame demonstrated that success was possible, even in the face of overwhelming odds. As The Oprah Winfrey Show grew into a cultural and global force, Oprah faced personal challenges behind the scenes that would test her resilience. Despite her seemingly meteoric success, her journey was filled with moments of doubt, insecurity, and emotional hardship. From confronting childhood trauma to dealing with criticism and public scrutiny, Oprah used these experiences as a source of strength, often incorporating her lessons into her show's content. One of the defining moments of Oprah's personal journey came when she publicly addressed the abuse she had suffered as a child. For years, she had kept this part of her life hidden, fearing the stigma and judgment that often followed such revelations. However, her decision to share her story in the 1980s was a turning point. Not only for herself but for countless others who found courage through her openness. She discussed how the sexual abuse she endured at the hands of family members and trusted individuals had shaped her early struggles with self-worth, but she also emphasized the importance of healing and forgiveness. By making her pain visible, Oprah allowed her viewers to feel less alone in their own struggles. Her ability to be vulnerable on such a massive platform set her apart from other TV personalities. While many talk shows of the time focused on celebrity gossip or lighthearted entertainment, Oprah tackled deeply personal topics like addiction, domestic violence, and mental health, creating a safe space for people to confront their issues. Her authenticity wasn't just a performance. It was a reflection of her own ongoing journey of self-discovery and growth. In the 1990s, Oprah also battled with issues related to weight and body image, another struggle she openly discussed on her show. She had struggled with fluctuating weight for years, often gaining and losing significant amounts in a public spotlight. In 1988, Oprah famously wheeled a wagon full of fat onto her stage to demonstrate the 67 pounds she had lost on a liquid diet. Although the moment was iconic, it also symbolized a deeper issue: her complex relationship with self-image and the pressures placed on women, especially in media. But Oprah's struggle with weight was not just about physical appearance. It became a metaphor for how she viewed her self-worth and her ability to control aspects of her life. In later interviews, she admitted that her early focus on rapid weight loss was misguided and that true health went beyond numbers on a scale. By the late 1990s, she shifted her messaging, emphasizing holistic well-being and self-acceptance rather than extreme dieting. Her transparency about the ups and downs of her journey resonated with millions of viewers who saw themselves in her story. Beyond her personal struggles, Oprah's empire began to take shape during this period. She recognized early on that her influence extended beyond television and sought to leverage it in new ways. In 1988, she founded Harpo Productions Incorporated, which marked a significant step in her career as a media mogul. By owning her production company, Oprah gained creative control over her content and the ability to produce projects aligned with her vision. It was a groundbreaking move, particularly for a Black woman in an industry dominated by white executives, and it signaled the start of Oprah's transformation from talk show host to media powerhouse. Harpo Productions didn't just produce The Oprah Winfrey Show. It expanded into producing films, television specials, and other media projects. One of Harpo's first major successes was the 1998 film adaptation of Toni Morrison's Beloved, in which Oprah starred and co-produced. Although the film received mixed reviews, it demonstrated Oprah's commitment to telling meaningful stories, particularly those centered on Black experiences and history. During this time, Oprah also launched The Oprah magazine in 2000, a publication that quickly became one of the most successful magazines in the United States. With a focus on self-help, lifestyle, and personal development, the magazine reflected Oprah's brand of inspiration and empowerment. Featuring articles on everything from mental health to fashion, it gave readers access to Oprah's wisdom and advice in print form. The magazine's iconic covers, which almost always featured Oprah herself, symbolized her ability to reinvent herself and remain relevant across multiple platforms. Oprah's influence extended further when she created Oprah's Book Club in 1996. Initially a segment on her show, the book club quickly became a literary phenomenon, with her selections often skyrocketing to bestseller lists overnight. Her ability to shine a spotlight on authors and diverse stories transformed reading habits across America. Books like The Deep End of the Ocean by Jacqueline Machard, A Million Little Pieces by James Fry, and The Road by Cormac McCarthy saw massive sales due to Oprah's endorsement. The book club didn't just promote novels. It encouraged discussions on topics such as trauma, addiction, and hope, often sparking nationwide conversations. By the early 2000s, Oprah's empire had grown into an unparalleled brand built on trust, vulnerability, and empowerment. Harpo Productions, her magazine, and her book club had established her as one of the most influential figures in media. But what set Oprah apart from other media moguls was her ability to maintain a personal connection with her audience. Despite her massive success, she remained relatable, constantly sharing her struggles, triumphs, and lessons learned along the way. However, with great success came great responsibility. As her wealth and power grew, Oprah became the subject of scrutiny and criticism. Some accused her of being overly influential, particularly when her endorsements dramatically impacted industries ranging from publishing to health and wellness. For instance, when Oprah featured Dr. Phil McGraw on her show, he quickly became a household name and launched his own successful television career. Similarly, her endorsement of Dr. Mehmet Oz introduced millions to alternative health practices, but it also attracted controversy due to concerns about unproven medical claims. Despite the occasional backlash, Oprah's commitment to making a positive impact never wavered. Her philanthropy expanded during this time, with significant donations to causes related to education, women's rights, and poverty reduction. In 2007, she opened the Oprah Winfrey Leadership Academy for Girls in South Africa, providing educational opportunities to underprivileged girls in rural communities. The project was a deeply personal mission for Oprah, who believed that education was the key to breaking cycles of poverty and inequality. Many of the girls who attended the academy described Oprah as a mentor and role model, and the school became one of her most cherished accomplishments. As Oprah Winfrey's empire flourished, she used her influence to support countless causes and initiatives, establishing herself as not only a media mogul but also a humanitarian. From creating charitable foundations to using her platform for activism, Oprah consistently worked toward making the world a better place. However, like any public figure of her magnitude, her journey was not without controversies and challenges. One of Oprah's most notable philanthropic endeavors was the creation of the Oprah Winfrey Foundation and the Oprah Winfrey Operating Foundation, both of which funded educational programs, women's empowerment initiatives, and poverty alleviation efforts. Her commitment to helping those in need was driven by her own experiences with poverty during childhood. Through her charitable contributions, Oprah demonstrated that she understood the struggles of marginalized communities and sought to provide opportunities for others to rise above their circumstances. Her foundation played a significant role in funding scholarships, educational programs, and mentorship initiatives. One of her most impactful contributions came in the form of the Oprah Winfrey Leadership Academy for Girls, OWLAG, which she opened in 2007 in South Africa. The academy aimed to empower underprivileged girls by providing them with a world-class education, leadership training, and access to resources they wouldn't otherwise have. Oprah personally oversaw many aspects of the school's development, from its curriculum to its infrastructure, ensuring it aligned with her vision. The school was inspired by a meeting with Nelson Mandela, who emphasized the importance of education in uplifting communities. Oprah took this to heart and committed $40 million of her own money to the project. The Academy not only provided academic training but also focused on building the students' confidence and leadership skills. Many of the graduates went on to attend prestigious universities around the world, crediting Oprah with changing the trajectory of their lives. However, her involvement in the Academy wasn't without challenges. In 2007, allegations of abuse and mistreatment by one of the staff members surfaced, sparking controversy and media scrutiny. Oprah, visibly emotional, addressed the situation directly, visiting the school and ensuring that the accused individuals were held accountable. She personally apologized to the students and their families and promised to implement stricter oversight measures. Her response demonstrated her dedication to the Academy's success and her refusal to shy away from addressing difficult situations head-on. Beyond the Academy, Oprah's philanthropy extended to various global causes. She donated millions to disaster relief efforts, including after Hurricane Katrina and the 2010 Haiti earthquake, where she provided funding for rebuilding homes, schools, and medical centers. In the United States, her contributions supported initiatives focused on fighting domestic violence, homelessness, and child abuse. Her generosity earned her numerous accolades, including the Presidential Medal of Freedom, awarded by President Barack Obama in 2013. However, with influence came scrutiny. Throughout her career, Oprah faced criticism for the impact her endorsements had on public opinion and consumer behavior. Her Oprah's Book Club was a cultural phenomenon, but not every author embraced the attention. In 2001, author Jonathan Franzen publicly expressed discomfort with having his book selected, claiming that Oprah's stamp of approval might alienate serious literary readers. The controversy sparked debate about the intersection of celebrity influence and literature, but Oprah remained unfazed, continuing to promote diverse voices and powerful stories. One of the most controversial moments in her career involved James Fry, the author of the memoir A Million Little Pieces, which Oprah selected for her book club in 2005. The book initially received widespread acclaim, but it later came under fire when it was revealed that significant portions of the memoir were fabricated. Viewers felt betrayed, as Oprah had praised the book for its raw honesty and emotional depth. In response, Oprah invited Fry back onto her show in 2006 and confronted him in a now infamous interview where she demanded accountability. Her decision to publicly address the issue earned her both praise for her integrity and criticism for the intensity of the confrontation. Another area of controversy centered around her support of alternative medicine and wellness practices. Through her show, Oprah introduced audiences to figures like Dr. Mehmet Oz and Dr. Phil McGraw, both of whom built successful careers with her backing. However, Dr. Oz, in particular, faced backlash for promoting unproven or controversial medical treatments. Critics accused Oprah of giving a platform to pseudoscience, arguing that her endorsements could mislead viewers into adopting ineffective or harmful health practices. Despite the controversies, Oprah remained steadfast in her belief that individuals should have access to diverse perspectives and information. She acknowledged the criticism but emphasized that her goal was to empower people to make informed decisions about their own lives. Over time, she adjusted her messaging, placing a stronger emphasis on evidence-based health advice and self-care. As her career evolved, Oprah expanded her influence beyond traditional media. In 2008, she made headlines by endorsing Barack Obama during his presidential campaign, a move that marked her first foray into political activism. Her endorsement was significant, as studies suggested it had a measurable impact on voter turnout, particularly among women and African American voters. Some praised her for using her platform to support a historic campaign, while others criticized her for mixing entertainment with politics. Oprah's involvement in Obama's campaign demonstrated her ability to shape public discourse, and she continued to use her influence to advocate for social justice and equality. She was a vocal supporter of the #MeToo movement and gave a powerful speech at the 2018 Golden Globe Awards while accepting the Cecil B. DeMille Award. Her speech, which touched on gender equality, racial injustice, and the power of speaking truth to power, became a rallying cry for change. Many speculated that she might run for president herself, though she later dismissed the idea, stating that public office wasn't part of her life's mission. By the late 2010s, Oprah had transitioned away from daily television, but her presence remained as strong as ever. In 2011, she launched the Oprah Winfrey Network, OWN, a cable channel dedicated to programming that reflected her values of self-improvement, spirituality, and storytelling. Although the network faced initial challenges with low ratings and content development, Oprah's perseverance paid off. Shows like Super Soul Sunday and Iyanla Fix My Life attracted dedicated audiences, and the network eventually became profitable. One of OWN's standout successes was its partnership with director Ava DuVernay to produce Queen Sugar, a critically acclaimed drama series that focused on family, race, and community. The series was celebrated not only for its storytelling but also for its commitment to hiring female directors and promoting diverse talent in the entertainment industry. OWN became a platform for underrepresented voices, aligning with Oprah's lifelong commitment to inclusion and empowerment. As Oprah approached her 60s, she showed no signs of slowing down. She signed a multi-year partnership with Apple TV+, where she developed original content, including documentaries, talk shows, and interviews with influential figures. The partnership allowed her to stay connected with audiences in the digital age while continuing her mission to inspire and uplift. Despite her many achievements, Oprah often reflected on the lessons she learned from failure, rejection, and loss. She credited her ability to persevere to her belief in spiritual growth and self-awareness. Through her collaborations with spiritual teachers like Eckhart Tolle and her focus on mindfulness, Oprah emphasized the importance of understanding one's purpose and aligning actions with that purpose. Her journey wasn't defined by perfection, but by her willingness to learn from mistakes and adapt. As Oprah Winfrey entered the next chapter of her life and career, her influence remained as powerful as ever, touching millions across the globe. Her story of resilience, perseverance, and purpose solidified her position as a cultural icon and beacon of hope. Even beyond her media achievements, Oprah's legacy continues to inspire generations in ways that go beyond what she could have imagined. Shaping global conversations throughout her decades-long career, Oprah understood the importance of creating spaces for meaningful dialogue. Whether it was on The Oprah Winfrey Show, through OWN, or in her collaborations with streaming services, she encouraged honest conversations that resonated with audiences. Her ability to connect with people from all walks of life gave her an unparalleled ability to explore topics such as race, trauma, mental health, and gender equality, subjects that were once considered taboo on daytime television. One of her most impactful interviews came in 2021 when she conducted a highly anticipated and emotionally charged conversation with Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. The interview, broadcast globally, tackled issues of mental health, racism, and the pressures of royal life. It became a defining moment for both Oprah and the couple, sparking worldwide conversations about mental health advocacy and institutional challenges within traditional systems. The interview exemplified Oprah's role as a trusted confidant and mediator. People turned to her not only for entertainment but also for moments of vulnerability, healing, and truth. Her ability to ask questions that cut to the core of an issue, without sensationalism, earned her the trust of both her guests and her audience. Empowering women and marginalized communities. Oprah's influence on women's empowerment is undeniable. Through Oprah's book club, she introduced audiences to powerful stories, including works by authors from underrepresented backgrounds. Many books that she endorsed, such as Toni Morrison's Beloved and Cheryl Strayed's Wild, became bestsellers overnight, turning reading into a shared cultural experience. Her book club wasn't just about promoting literature. It was about promoting empathy, understanding, and shared experiences. The success of the Oprah Winfrey Leadership Academy for Girls in South Africa showcased her commitment to providing young women with opportunities to succeed. Many of the Academy's graduates went on to become doctors, lawyers, entrepreneurs, and educators, demonstrating how education could break cycles of poverty and uplift entire communities. Oprah's continued involvement in the students' lives reflected her long-term investment in their success. In interviews, Oprah often reflected on how her upbringing influenced her dedication to philanthropy. She frequently mentioned the poverty and instability she faced as a child, acknowledging that her mission was deeply personal. "I want to do for others what I wish someone had done for me," she once said. Her advocacy wasn't just about giving money. It was about creating sustainable solutions that empowered people to change their own lives. Facing loss. Embracing spiritual growth despite her achievements, Oprah's personal life has been marked by moments of tragedy and introspection. Over the years, she has been open about the significant losses she's faced, including the death of her first child, her struggles with weight, and the painful experiences of abuse during her childhood. Rather than allowing these experiences to define her negatively, Oprah transformed them into sources of strength and wisdom. Her spiritual journey became a central theme in her later years. Collaborations with spiritual thinkers like Eckhart Tolle and Deepak Chopra led her to embrace mindfulness, gratitude, and intentional living. Through her Super Soul Sunday series, she invited viewers to explore topics like forgiveness, healing, and finding purpose. Oprah credited much of her resilience to her spirituality and her belief in manifesting one's destiny. She often spoke about her early struggles and how, even when she felt stuck, she visualized the life she wanted. "Whatever you hold in your mind on a consistent basis is exactly what you will experience in your life," she once said, summarizing her approach to goal setting and self-belief. Underscore wealth and philanthropy. A balanced approach as one of the world's wealthiest women, with a net worth exceeding $2 billion, Oprah has often been asked about her relationship with money. While she enjoys the benefits of wealth, she has always emphasized that financial success was never her ultimate goal. She often said that success, for her, was defined by purpose and impact. Her philanthropic contributions total hundreds of millions of dollars, but she consistently highlights that her most meaningful work isn't in the numbers. It's in the individual lives she's touched. Whether through scholarships, medical relief efforts, or simple acts of kindness, Oprah's legacy is rooted in making a difference, no matter the scale. Her influence expanded into areas like mental health awareness and food insecurity. During the COVID-19 pandemic, she donated $12 million to food banks and community organizations across the U.S. She also launched mental health programs in collaboration with organizations like BetterUp, promoting accessible mental health resources for underserved communities. Underscore influence on media and culture. Even though she stepped away from the daily grind of television, Oprah's presence is still felt throughout the media landscape. Shows like The View, The Ellen DeGeneres Show, and Dr. Phil were all inspired by her pioneering work in daytime television. Beyond that, her production company, Harpo Productions, continues to produce content, including documentaries, films, and TV shows that promote messages of empowerment, social justice, and compassion. She has also embraced streaming platforms, ensuring that her message reaches younger, tech-savvy audiences. Her partnership with Apple TV Plus resulted in series such as The Oprah Conversation, where she conducted in-depth interviews with notable figures, including Barack Obama and Mariah Carey. The move signaled her ability to evolve with the changing media landscape without losing the authenticity that made her beloved in the first place. Legacy of hope at its core. Oprah's legacy is one of hope, resilience, and transformation. She has shown the world that even those born into poverty and hardship can rise to unimaginable heights through determination, hard work, and compassion. Her story isn't just about personal success, it's about lifting others along the way. Her ability to inspire isn't confined to her show, books, or speeches. It's in how she lives her life, constantly reflecting on her experiences and using them to advocate for others. Oprah once said, "The biggest adventure you can ever take is to live the life of your dreams." Through her journey, she's shown that those dreams, when combined with purpose and service, can lead to a life that impacts millions. Even as she looks toward retirement, Oprah shows no signs of slowing down. She continues to mentor young women, support emerging leaders, and use her voice for positive change. As the world continues to evolve, so too does her influence, reminding us all that kindness, empathy, and action can create ripples that last for generations.